Hi, my name is Armando, and I'm Director of Outreach Programs for Children's Museum Houston. Today's fun math activity is sponsored by ConocoPhillips. It's called Hidden Rainbow. Now, before we get into the activity, you're going to see that I'm using a lot of fun, bright, dollar store materials. But you can even do this less expensively, and I'll explain as we go along how. The game is Hidden Rainbow, and Hidden Rainbow is computational math. And what I mean by that is we're going to be taking a problem and breaking it into smaller parts. We're also going to be looking for patterns, and along the way, we'll be teaching children perseverance. Now, this game is ideal for children 4 through 6 years of age, but even older kids could have fun playing it as well. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you're going to need is a game board. Now the game board should be drawn up with a grid. That grid is going to have 5 rows and 4 columns. You'll label the rows 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are going to be your guesses. Now we're going to have a 6th row, a hidden row, behind a cloud. You can take a piece of paper, and after you mark it with the pencil, you can then take more paper, cut out a cloud, and tape it down towards the top margin, about the top quarter of the page. You're going to write or draw one more row. Okay, that's Hidden Rainbow, that's the grid. Now, you'll notice that I have 4 different colors in my chips here. I'm going to take one of each color and put it behind the cloud. It's a 2-player game, or you could have maybe more than 2, but at least 2 people need to play. So once you have your rainbow of colors, you're ready to play with another player. One person is putting down the hidden rainbow behind the cloud, and the other person does not see that pattern of the 4 colors. They know what the 4 colors are, they don't know the sequence of the 4 colors. Now, if you don't have access to bright chips like this, you could use different colored beans. Black beans, red beans, pinto beans, white beans, etc. You could also just use squares of paper that you color with crayons and get your 4 colors that way. Either way, it does not have to be expensive. So, player 2 is now ready to guess the sequence of the colors. They have 5 guesses to get it right. If they put down a chip, you don't say anything until they put it all the way down. That means the entire sequence. Now, player 1, the person behind the cloud, is going to reward every correctly matched color from the guess to the hidden rainbow with a jewel. Now, I found these jewels, these little plastic beads, at a dollar store. But you could also use pennies or kernels of rice, anything that's going to distinguish differently from the beans and can sit on top of the beans, ideally. So I look at number 1, and there's no match. The first color, blue, does not match the first color I have in my sequence behind the cloud. I look at number 2, and there is a match. The color yellow does match the color that I have in my sequence for the second. So I'm going to reward it with the jewel. I look at number 3, and number 3 tells me no. There's not a match either, so I'm going to leave it alone. I look at number 4, and there is a match. The last color in my sequence is green, the same as the color here in this sequence. So I reward it with the jewel. Now, this is what player 2 will need to do. They'll need to get jewels across on all of their colors in the sequence. So they know that blue is not right, number 1. So they'll have a guess. they'll be able to guess again. They know that yellow is right, so that's easy. Let's put what we know is right down. They know green is right, so let's put that down as well. And since they want to get 4 joules across, we'll set that down. So here's the tricky part for player 2. They can't put blue down, or they shouldn't, because they know it's incorrect. Well, the only other color that's left is red, so they'll put red down. Now, again, they can only use the color in each sequence once, so they can't put red again, because they already used it for the second one. So they'll put blue as the other color. And it just so happens that player 2 won the game after 2 guesses. Now this can go on for 3 more guesses with another player if they didn't get it correct, but this is ideally what you want them to do. You want them to be able to see what they matched correctly the first time, which was just a random guess. But after that, they're building on their random guesses to look for combinations, to look for patterns, to look for sequencing. So talk to your child and work out their thinking with them. Why did you put the yellow on the second row in the second spot? Well, because I put it on the first row in the second spot, and that was right. That's right. You want to make sure that you repeat what's correct and try another guess on something that's incorrect. Play this game with your child a few times, and they'll have fun and be able to play it with their friends later at home. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.